Okay, this is going to be a little bit different video for the Zero FXS, showing some modifications and some stuff you can do with it. You can see I've taken some ammo cans and made some, I guess we'll call them saddlebags in the back. I priced these things from Zero and they're like $600 plus the brackets, another $100 and something. Through this one I got a little combination. You just punch it in and give it a spin and it pops off. What the hell was it doing in there? And I lined it with some foam because a 6-pack of beer fits perfect in here, and I can get 2 6-packs. For the one side I attached the lock to it. Once you spin that, it locks. You can't get it open without the combination. The other side I didn't put the lock on yet, even though I have one. I kind of like the convenience of just being able to throw stuff in there without having to pop the combination. And they come off pretty quick just by buzzing these 4 bolts off, and that drops out. My little helmet lock, there's not a good place for a helmet lock. It's not really highly secure, it's a deterrent, but it's good to run in the store and back. These boxes were made with 2 top brackets, and there's a all thread. It's hard to see, maybe I can get under there. Let's try this. There we go. There's all threader on the bottom with holes wrapped around it so it doesn't damage the fender. Another thing I've got here is a small case. I've got a CCW, and if you go in the bank or something, you can't take your gun in there. So I throw that in there, and this fits my little Millennium Pro just fine. Normally that would be on my belt, but it's nice to have a place to put it. We've also got a funny little bracket here. That's when I go deer hunting and I want to go from one tree stand to the other, bounce around a little bit. This guy can go in here and that stays in pretty good. Can't really show you on camera, but it doesn't bounce out. Doesn't flop around. This stuff gets in the way, but you mount it just like the highway patrol does from the right side. You kick your foot over and you're on without any problems. I'm a little fat and old, so I drag my feet on the seat. But tilt it a certain way and then pull it off, because it won't come out that easy. It's pretty good. You don't want it to fall off. Usually this is going to stay in my case on my shoulder, but for quick trips here and there. I haven't taken it deer hunting yet. Maybe I could just take the shotgun and beat them over the head. Before all the gun Nazis go crazy and start leaving comments about me running around with a shotgun on the bike, first of all, it's empty. Nothing in there. And this little clip that goes on the bottom of it, I just unscrew and get it out of the way. That's just so it goes in the foot peg. And because it's turned backwards, when you stick it in the foot peg and then you drop the top part into the clamp, that's why it won't come out. You have to lift it up and twist it to get it out. And I just put a bushing in the bottom of the shotgun stock. I wouldn't panic over this. This is a Mossberg 500. It's a $200 gun. These things will take one hell of a beating and still shoot. I probably had it 10 years maybe. More realistic than the shotgun. Deer season, archery season is a lot longer. If you can see, I replaced the seat studs with these little bolts. So I can buzz these out and then replace it with this gizmo that I made. Nothing but a T-handle I welded a bolt onto, and then welded the T into it. Then I got a little piece of hose I cut up that's 7/8 inch. Slap it on there, just like that. Come along. I throw my bone collector on here, give that a turn, and it's wedged on. It ain't going nowhere. I want to take it off, pop it out like that. That's something I probably will do. I can run around the woods like that without an arrow in it, of course. Get that off pretty quick. Once again, it's not like I'm going to be running the deer down, but I'll try. Now this guy's also got front and rear camera mount. I'll find the manufacturer for that and put it on the bottom. And GPS. Let me take the seat off and show you where that's at. Okay, for the camera, all the equipment that the camera comes with is mounted under the seat. And I slid a piece of thermoplastic under it and folded it up with a heat gun. So that way water can't splash up in here and get to this. The GPS, you could hide it a few places. I put it under here. But while I'm showing anybody who wants to steal my bike where my GPS is, just remember that's not the only gun I have. What is important with these zeros is when you need 12-volt power for them. The zero comes with this plug, and it'll look just like that, just an open plug. You can buy the opposite female one. Buy this online, Radio Shack, wherever. It's a GM plug, and that's always going to be 12 volts off the key. There is a guy that does a video on how to get 12 volts all the time, but even he says it's not really great for the bike, and you have to be careful, you'll screw it up. So I think I'll leave it off the key. But that's where I'm wiring my switch from my lockbox. If somebody wanted it bad enough, they would tear all this apart and get into it. But, you know, I'm really not leaving it unattended long enough for that to happen. If they want my stuff bad enough, they'll get it, but they're going to risk taking some lead. One more add-on is my tablet case. This guy here, electronic lock, got to turn the key on, and there's a switch hidden. If the key's on and you flip the switch, you can open it, get the tablet out. But I needed something that's tough as nails. I drive this to work every now and then. So if I spill it or something, my tablet doesn't get destroyed. Plus, I can leave it in there running out of the store. Couple final modifications. I threw a GPS or USB plug here, and that's coming off that 12-volt circuit that I just showed you. And this RAM mount for the phone I put here, this is a terrible place to mount it. It vibrates like hell. If you do this, you really need to get a bracket up here and mount it tight, because I don't use this. It's a good mount. It hangs on tight, but it needs to go up here. So nothing I've added has made any modifications to the bike, except for a small hole I drilled to put the switch in back here. Everything else uses existing holes. This guy has a bracket that goes inside of this. I don't keep the key on me. To pop this off, this bracket comes off and it stays with it. And it's wedged in there. So if you were to take this bracket off, this would just come right off. You know. So I'll get you some videos going through the woods, climbing some hills, some decent stuff. So far all I've seen online is like helmet cam shots and stuff. I'll get some better video this winter when I get it out on the hunting property. Thanks for watching. Any questions at the bottom, and I'll mark where I've got some of this stuff at. Thanks.